that extra little bit of control. We saw it shut down the Storm Spirit a little bit. He tried to go third item Yules, but it was a little bit too late. He'd already been punished pretty hard by that silence.
It's just nice that you can follow up anything, right? You can, any sort of a stun or even just some slows, and you can just kind of approach the DP and follow it up with a nice little silence that lasts for an insane amount of time.
It's still kind of ballsy to pick Storm Spirit into Rasta. It's like picking it into Lion as well.
Right.
True. I mean, plus there's one more silence, and there is the RP from Magnus.
Well, boys, the guessing game is over. It's time for Game 3, the decider who's moving forward to the semifinals and who's going to the lower bracket. We'll figure it out after this game. Let's jump into the draft, see what we're working on. And Bane Earth Spirit banned out again. Surprise, surprise, boys.
Another shocking revelation.
And that Brewmaster going to be second on the list for Vici. So we'll see. Last time it was the Beastmaster, Brewmaster, and Earth Spirit. So maybe they'll let the Beast through.
Oh, they actually banned the Undead.
The Undying. All right.
I think we'll probably still see the Beastmaster removed if they're that committed to it at this point. I don't think maybe Vici won't ban, I suppose, because their first pick, if they're that into it, with their Undying being gone, they could consider that as an option for themselves.
They're definitely going to take their time here and think about it. What else could be a possible first pick for Vici?
I don't know. I don't know how how to feel about Nightstalker. He's kind of nerfed his day vision from 1.2k to 800 only.
Pretty brutal.
He's completely blind.
One thing I'd say about that is that he doesn't often do things by himself anyway in the daytime, so as long as there's some other hero here to help with the vision, it shouldn't matter too much.
Yeah, but also his level 10 talents is pretty
200
worse.
200 mana
or HP.
200 HP.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Pretty underwhelming.
Well,
for
before
that guy.
he had strength, so it gives status resistance and damage as well. Now it doesn't.
Yeah, couldn't buff him up.
Or cast range, that is also the big thing.
OG actually removed the DP just straight off the bat too, so we're not going to see that coming into the first part of the draft or even the second phase. And VG Gaming will go for an Ogre first. That's really interesting.
Let's take a look at Ogre.
I feel like they can pick whatever they want right now because it's still a new patch. You don't know what they're gonna pick. Maybe for the second stage, it's really hard to guess. For the first,
it feels surprising with so many of their standards being left in though, because they often pick up the Tusk we were talking about was one that they've been playing a lot. The Kunkka is another big one for them. Even just a Nyx Assassin, still a pretty strong hero these days. But no, they just go for the Ogre. I guess the flexibility of having him as a 5 and not necessarily this 4 that roams around and beats on stuff.
Well, did Solo break the record with Ogre Magi? The lowest net worth ever, like 1 point something K in a 50 plus minute game.
Yeah, it was pretty absurd. That's a hero that needs nothing. It's kind of impressive to stay that low. I don't even know how that happens. Buy a lot of sentries, I guess. It's the solution to that one. But finally, the Wyvern shows up. I mean, you know that they're going to be based on some sort of a buffed up hero with the attack speed and the bloodlust. So hey, we'll go right in towards the nice counter to that and the curse.
It also just feels like a very safe opener, right? It's a support, doesn't really reveal too much about your strategy.
Yep.
Very flexible, and it could potentially be an offlaner. We keep bringing that up. We've seen it played exclusively as a support, but there's always that little voice in the back of your head saying, this could be a position 3.
Yeah, she's good against various strategies, too, is her big thing. If there's early game push, you have a good way to de-push. You have the curse up against people who are trying to ball up against you. And then even teams that are just looking to roam around. Okay.
Yeah, one more time. OG not showing too much. Winter Wyvern, as you mentioned, can be a support, can be an offlaner. Same goes for Clockwork. They can still pick an offlaner as well.
Yeah.
So
this
pretty
is
versatile.
What we said in game 1, though, is the OD with those attack speed boosts. It used to be the big thing, right? Beastmaster and OD, or in this case, it's going to be Ogre Magi and OD. So this time, way more help for the OD compared to game number 1. Should have a bit of a better time. And it's a natural Hurricane Pike builder up against the Clockwork, too.
Yeah, that's a great point. What do you think about Clockwork right now? Better support or core, or pretty even?
I think Clockwork was the 3 before, then switched to 4. I think Clockwork can be played as 3 again.
I think
because of the poor man's shield, the block.
Yeah,
the hero is viable.
Pulls are worse.
And the talents are also really good now, especially the 25 ones.
Any of those heroes that used to be really good back in the day as an offlaner that could actually fight multiple heroes like Darkseer and Clockwork They feel like they should be strong again in that sense, because polling so much more difficult. You should be able to kind of battle it up and at least keep the attention of the support there, which therefore helping out your mid in that 1v1 to make sure there's no rotations to happen there. I think if you want to play as an offlaner, though, you should probably have some sort of a scaling 4, something like that Coddle or something that can actually make use of all the space that you're going to make in the farm through that mid game, while Clock has to keep hunting for kills to stay relevant.
Omni Knight now, 4th ban for OG. Not a hero we've seen touched yet, banned or picked, but obviously handing over all that support to the OD is a little scary. Ogre and Omni are quite the supporting duo. Even if it ends up being like a position 3 Omni, just makes that OD such a threat.
Probably the most classic pairing with OD. Shadow Fiend Omni, OD Omni. Just kind of digging back through the records here as they're thinking about these bans here from OG.
Vici should consider getting a carry that naturally builds into Lincoln Sphere as well. OD can easily build one, especially with that Arcane Orb. Can pretty easily, plus Bloodlust of course, they can just kill one pretty quickly with good Winter Wyvern ulti.
Wonder if they're considering banning the Drow here. Any sort of a threat from the Vici draft. I don't think it's like too much of a risk. You already have the Wyvern, right? Pretty good hero up against it. Was kind of one of those options we've seen with OD in the past, but
Bat Rider is the ban they settle on.
Yeah, classic kind of offlaner style that can actually fight numerous heroes and create a real threat against a core if it's not that perfect matchup like a Lifestealer Jug or a Slark.
And also a little scary when he has Bloodlust. Moves faster, can find those initiations. Now Pugna. It's interesting. We haven't really seen Pugna played, but a lot of Pugna bans. He's very commonly now been this like 4th or 5th ban for a number of different teams.
Yeah, I'd probably consider the Rubik here as well for Vici. Up against the Clockwork and the Winter Wyvern. Looks pretty strong. He's a decent hero they can actually give a lot of farm to when the Ogre just can be this melee hero that doesn't really do anything. And you get a lot of space and gold to hand over.
That's a good point.
I would be pretty happy to play that this game, I think, if I was on Vici Gaming.
And 3rd pick for OG, it's the Puck. So more flexibility for this squad.
High mobility with the Clockwork too, so you can actually follow up.
So 3 offlaners potentially.
Rubik's actually so good now too. Now they have telekinesis versus the Puck as well.
I think right now my gut's telling me it's a 5 Wyvern, 4 Clockwork, 3 Puck would be my best guess, but still completely open-ended.
Yep, I would agree with OG. I'd be looking for a S4 Puck here almost certainly.
Yeah.
Just pairs up nicely. The problem with that, I suppose, these days might be where Clockwork's going to go. It used to be going to the mid lane was so much better, but how much harass can you really like afford to go there with now with the less creeping there? Can you just play in the safe lane a bit and try and bully someone out? You don't pair up that nicely with a Puck compared to some other heroes. You don't have like a lead-in stun to help the Clockwork approach and then get cogs and batteries sawed off, so that could be kind of interesting. He might just have to be like a kill duo with the Winter Wyvern.
It's definitely possible.
The benefit here for Vici, though, is they're going to see one more core here, assuming they do take that support here now. Kind of get a better guess at exactly where this Puck's going to go.
Which level 25 Clockwork talent do you think is better? The Battery Assault Interval or the True Sight Rocket Flare?
I don't know. When he hits level 25, which you don't see quite often, I mean, there's no Invis heroes. You can just remove the wards, but you can buy a gem at that point of the game, so
that's true.
The other one seems a lot better.
Yeah, unless they have like 5 Glimmer Capes,
yeah.
Kind of turns his Battery Assault into a perma-stun, but now Mirana, 3rd for Vici.
This kind of leans towards maybe it is a draft strat, like an off-lane Mirana or something. I don't think it's going to be safe lane Mirana. I mean, it's not the most unusual thing, of course, but it feels kind of random pick here. It is just another hero that has an escape out of the cogs, though, so you don't have to worry about that.
Chinese teams prefer to play Mirana as a safe laner, from what I saw, especially before when the creeps spawned at 30 seconds mark.
That has been a thing for them.
You just arrow a creep, get an extra X speed, and just dominate the lane. Keep doing it.
Running low on reserve time here for OG. Both teams very thoughtful in this draft. Sort of hard to read in some ways.
It's often that when they like switch it up too, because I remember Ori plays a lot of Mirana too, and at Starladder they did that where they give like Paparazzi some mid hero like a PL or something, who for once won't be banned since they don't have an Undying. Could actually show up and look who it is, the old sniper.
A little dwarven sniper.
So right now looking relatively weak in terms of finding their way into the backlines. They, you know, they have the clockwork themselves. They have the puck. These are two of those big heroes.
You've got
that look
3
like
leaps,
to jump.
dude. You think that bottom can't close the gap?
Yeah, that's a bit risky, I'd say, in my opinion.
Yeah, but with a knockback from Sniper, do you
That's
think 3 leaps is enough?
That's true,
He's
actually.
going to get hit in midair and start flying backwards.
I brought a friend of mine here. I think he has the most Sniper games of everyone.
In the world?
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
Why
are you still friends with him?
I'll have to check with him.
So the knockback, that's the level 20 talent that you're talking about.
It looks pretty comical.
It's 35 knockback distance when you get a headshot.
It looks like that new Clinks thing where he dodges the projectiles and he just kind of sidesteps. You basically...
But the opportunity cost there at level 20, it's minus 1.5 seconds assassinate. I assume that's the cast point, right? So you can assassinate faster with less channel time? I think that's what that means. I don't know how good that is.
The line's going to be picked up here, though. So the Hex against the puck, reminiscent of the last game with the Shadow Shaman. Bit of a classic one here. I don't know about this
Still want to
game.
see that AoE Hex.
You have the setup from the Winter Wyvern where you can just hit people who are in the Cold Embrace if they're trying to be saved. You can just finger them or even just decent Earth Spike range.
There's a lot of disable on Vici Gaming.
They need to give some space to the line, though. Like, he's going to need a Blink Dagger if he wants to help out in a lot of these situations, trying to get over Cogs, trying to catch someone like Puck, trying to find the Sniper. I'm not really confident in any of his earlier game abilities to help out.
Yeah, both Lion and Ogre have no escape mechanism. They farm pretty slowly. This seems like a good Clockwork game.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a lot of potential.
I mean, they have a save in terms of Astral from OD, but that's pretty much it. Of course, you can't kill Mirana.
Yes, they already have a lot of stun. Tide would have been just that cherry on top of so much control.
And a nice way to jump someone like the Sniper and while disabling the Wyvern so there's no save potential from the Curse. There's not many other heroes that have such a wide ultimate there that can do it. And yeah, they'll have to find the Faceless Void instead. So there's so much pressure on this Void this game. Like, he needs to Chrono Wyvern pretty much every time, which is very difficult to do, while someone else gets the Sniper. So if he, let's say he Chronos Winter Wyvern and Puck, how do they still kill Sniper, right? They still have to, like, find their way around a Clockwork to get into the back line with not that much farm.
Triple leap,
like Lion. Yeah, exactly.
Just to close the gap. I think the Faceless Void pick was to close the gap between the Sniper. They can control Winter Wyvern with Lion.
This is a really nice no-tail-esque hero here, too, I think. The Venge. Someone who can rotate really early on, help out in a quick fight. We've seen this notorious fall-off of the hero where it kind of becomes a support in the late game if it doesn't get enough farm early, but No-Tail, with all the kills that he likes to get early on, that might be a nice way to escalate the hero.
I mean, this is exactly what you had said, though, Trent, about leaving the Venge in. There's always that threat of her popping out as that position 1.
Yeah, and like the 5th and final pick, and it's just like, oh shit. Like, now they have this really quick tempo. She can be buffing up these heroes, and you have this cool new interaction when your allies are dying and the images are formed.
Yeah. Very interesting drafts. A ton of control on the side of Vici, plenty of late game, but over on the side of OG, you've got a lot of early aggression, and of course, you've got the range advantage with that Sniper and super mobile heroes. Clockwork, Puck, Vengeful Spirit, even the Winter Wyvern who can fly over trees. What do we think, boys? Who's taking game number 3?
I'll say OG. They have a good vision game from Clockwork, Winter Wyvern, as you mentioned. But it's going to be a lot on flies back this game. Good Winter Wyvern ultis, and I think it's going to be an easy game for them.
They actually have so much vision. I mean, you still have like the Venge throwing out her Wave of Terror. You have Sniper throwing out shrapnels. They can see everything in these engagements.
Puck, Orb as well. So
and
pretty much 5 vision heroes.
Yeah, and we've already talked about how difficult it is for them to find this back line. Now they're going to be scouted out while they're trying to find their way into the Sniper. So
I think a lot of pressure on Young 11 this game.
I'm going to have to go with OG too, just because I'm not really a fan of how much mobility they have on the side of VG. I think it's going to be a really hard time to shut down the Sniper. They need to, it feels like another snowball-y kind of game where they got to take control and never let go.
Okay, well, we will see what happens, folks. We've got game 3 ready to rock and roll, and once again, it's Mott and Grand Grant to take it away.
All right, thanks, guys. We are here into our 3rd game, and some crazy heroes already being picked up. We see the Lion, we see the Sniper, but more importantly, we saw this matchup, the Void versus Winter Wyvern, in our first series of yesterday, SG versus Newbie. Kaka was able to save so many heroes with that Cold Embrace and also do so much work with the Winter's Curse. Is this going to be a tough one here for Old 11, of course, for Vici, or...?
Yeah, it feels like it might be. They're going to have to get a lot done. It just feels like, to simplify things, if the Sniper gets farm, they're going to win the game, and it's going to be pretty hard to shut down his farming with the Vengeful. Even though he's a 1, he can still swap out that Sniper. I mean, if he dies, well, at least you get your ore on him. And it feels like they're playing just 4 people. They're going to go around fighting while Sniper tries to get a little bit of farm, and with the new with just Shrapnel being good again, it could be very hard for VG to fight into him. But if they get a good jump with the Chrono, anything can happen.
Yeah, they have that big ult. And the way young 11 has been playing today, I wouldn't be surprised if he can just carry this game with some of his Chronospheres.
Yeah, like they're prioritizing him, letting him get farmed. They're giving him the good lanes, which have been extremely good for him. But Venge versus Void, that is not a good lane, obviously, for the Void. And it seems, I think Lacoste said it, Clockwork versus Ogre as well as Line is very good for Clockwork, especially just roaming around doing all that.
Yeah, especially played by Jerax, who will start off by, I think, trying to cog this wave at some point in time, trying to block it for now. No Tail will be kept up top. He doesn't have any supports for now. They might sack him a little bit. Resolution's going to get some help in the mid lane with Fly blocking the wave. And again, we talked about how much they rely on Resolution to get that farm. We saw it in the first game, even in the second game to a certain extent. So as you talked about, Resolution gets farmed this game, and who knows what can happen for OG.
Yeah, and it feels interesting because OG actually has the least amount of burst damage like I've ever seen on a team. These are going to be super long, drawn-out fights if they do have them. Like their biggest burst damage is a Splinter Blast from Winter Wyvern.
No, it's at least something for Fly. He's going to use the Arctic Burn.
Oh, and LAN's in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, they thought about chasing. Do they have the Shrapnel? He went for the headshot first, which makes sense. They didn't think they were ready to go. They even rotate Jerax here early on as well. So it's a 2 versus 2 as Fly's going to leave this lane, it looks like, and head towards top to help out No Tail a little bit.
Yeah, it's bottom lane. It's just a 2 versus 1. S4 is still going to get plenty of experience and stuff. It's just, even with like the Dream Coil not doing damage right when you put it on him, it just feels like OG is definitely lacking a lot of team fight damage, which could be a problem for him.
Right. Still, Earth Spike will come out there from Fenrir. Getting into the back lines of the Sniper, though, I think they talked about it on the panel. Is it still that big of an issue here with Vici, or with the Void, does it make things a bit easier here?
They definitely can get on top of them, especially you have Outworld Devour has Astral, can help banish the front lines. You have Arrow. You're going to have a blink on line eventually. It seems like it might be a little easy, but by the time that line gets blink, it depends how farm that Sniper actually is.
Right now, 3 last hits, 4 denies, still pretty even in the mid lane. The real action's top lane, 10 last hits for this Void to the, I think, 4 of the Vengeful Spirit. So that's a pretty crazy start already here for 11. And again, like you mentioned, they're not even really prioritizing. He's not getting help with the top lane, but he is still somehow getting the farm at this point.
Yep, they're just always giving these good lanes, and then he even pulls the creep from this wave to make sure he gets all that experience, all that gold, and 11 has just had easily, even if they lose this, it just feels like he's had the best impact in this 3-game series.
Yeah, for sure. He is going to get caught with a magic missile. He has no time walk. I believe they have Arctic Burn in about 6 seconds, but at that point he will have his time walk up and available. Not to mention he has a salve plus wand as well if he needs it. So no such luck there.
Nice for SO, makes 11 so he can't really go up to the creeps as much. You see No Tail already going in.
Yeah, Jerax bottom lane. They've got the Earth Spike. They're going to have the Elusive of the jaunt through. Might have been a wrong jaunt. Might still be fine. Yeah, S4 had plenty of range for the last hit. Pretty much underneath the tower. Jerax will take a lot of tower hits. He has 2 tangos, so probably have to go back home. But that is your first blood going to OG, and S4 getting involved there. Very good stuff.
Yeah, it is. It just feels, I mean, Clockwork's just so good this game. Lion can't run away from him. Ogre has a ton of HP and armor, but even then, he just gets trapped in the cogs, and if he gets right-clicked down, there's nothing he can do.
Yeah, especially if Jerax can get some levels here. It's going to be a really good game for him, and we'll see how he moves around the map. Maybe continues to stay bottom, but looking at the other lanes for now, the Sniper, 9 last hits to the 12 of the OD, so Resolution a little bit behind. Double Wraith Band for Rezo, double Null Tally for Ori. Meanwhile, top lane, Wave of Terror will go. No Tail, I think he already used the Magic Missile.
Yep, he did. And very rare. He's actually not maxing Magic Missile, but he has level 2 of it. And you don't even see people go past level 1 a lot of the time. But, I mean, like we said, they're so limited on their burst damage. I think they need to do that.
Yeah. Oh, the Battery Assault, Ori in the mid lane. No Astral, by the way. He does have a Sal. Shrapnel will come out again. The good cocks coming from Jerax, and Ori is in a lot of trouble. Sal will not be able to go off with the Shrapnel still there, and he is dead. Jerax rotates in, and Resolution getting a very big kill in that mid lane.
Yeah, it's huge, and Jerax even canceled his last attack, so Resolution could get the kill. Just get him ahead, and, I mean, when Sniper gets farmed, they have nothing to counter him.
Jerax, what a kind lad, making sure he gets that farm for a Sniper. Good stuff there.
Paparazzi, safe lane, plenty of denies, but still only 13 CS, so he's doing decent lane-wise, but it's pretty much a free lane for the past couple waves.
Yeah. We'll see if he can get back in. And well, 11's taking a lot of harassment from Fly. They have the Arctic Burn coming out. He has boots. He's running away. 11's still chasing, but No Tail thought about going over there, but they have a pull going. So yeah, Paparazzi doing pretty well at this point. 17 last hits, 12 denies. S4 sitting at 4 last hits. The good news is he got first blood.
Yep.
So.
And he's getting levels. As an offlaner, it's always good to just get levels, but he won't have his orb now.
Yeah, he doesn't get the jaunt off in time. The Hex coming in. There's the Starstorm as well. Phase shift is up. He's got wand charges. The leap will come through. Arrow misses, and that might keep him alive. Another leap coming in for Paparazzi. The Fairy Fire comes out. Still with those wand charges. This time he's got another phase shift ready, and he will use it and stay alive. JRX coming in. They're going to use the Illusion Orb, and Fenrir is in a lot of trouble now. The battery's sold. And like you mentioned, JRX is just having such a good game. No mana left. No leaps as well. He's got Cogs back in 3, and S4 thought about running in, but he's going to stay at the creep wave instead. JRX going to Cog push and actually just burn the rest of his mana. He does have 3 wand charges. JRX will take a bit of damage here from Paparazzi. Still no leap available, though, and that'll end it, it looks like.
Yeah, I love JRX killing all the Cogs after Mirana hits it once, so he can't get any farm at all. And now top, just no tail and fly, harassing him down, doing a little bit of damage to this tower. They have to be careful, though. Obviously, Venge plus Winter Wyvern aren't that, like, good at running away. They'll just get caught up by the Ogre and die.
And they need to be careful near that tower. 11 coming in, has a Tango running, regenning up pretty well. Chasing down Fly. At the very least, right now, Grant, it feels like OG are having a much better early game than the first 2, I would say.
Yeah, they are. And it's all because of JRX's perfect roaming. Again, he traps in Ori. He's going to try to break this down, but nice silence.
They have the Astral to come through.
Oh,
S4.
no tails here.
Yeah, I think he's dead. Wave of Tear comes out, and Resolution just pinks him once, and that'll get the kill. So nicely done. They rotate a lot of heroes forward, but again, shutting down Ori is very important at this stage of the game.
Yep, they just got their Aquila. They have level 2 Aura on the Venge, and this tower is going to take so much damage, if not die.
Yeah, already at this early stage of the game, 6 minutes. OG, they have a slight advantage, nothing too serious. And there is still some good CS going for 11 as well as the Mirana. Down bottom, she's already putting pressure on this tier 1 as well. But like you mentioned, tier 1 tower mid taking a lot of harass as the siege creep comes in. So.
And top lane, because of all this, Fly's actually getting some experience, and now he's going to get dove on, just going to put himself under, and JRX just going to be here.
11 does have Chrono ready at the. He just skilled it up. He just got level 6, so they might need to be careful. But he's getting wrapped on by No-Tail, I believe.
Yeah, he doesn't even do any damage right now. He doesn't have treads or anything. He has a wand and boots.
They're going to try to force it the time walk. Now it's gone down for 10 seconds. There's the magic missile Chronosphere. He might need to use it to get out. The Cog push now. He should be fine now. And it trapped 3 heroes inside the Cogs from OG. So not the gank they wanted.
He did have to trap him in. Unfortunately, No-Tail wanted to use the stun a little bit closer, but it was a good time walk from 11.
And he was able to get out just in time. So he's still having a good game. And again, 11's going to have to be the big hero of this game to get these Chronospheres off to make things go their way. And of course, he's done it already in both of these games. Game 1 on the Doom, Game 2 on the Magnus, and now on the Void should be fine.
We do see LAN M. We haven't really seen much out of him. He's even going the Max Ignite build. I mean, we saw him LAN dying the first 2 games. Ogre, probably a little bit more boring than that hero, but he's getting levels. He hasn't really moved around and created any space for his team yet, like JRX has done for OG.
All right, there's no kills going for Vici Gaming yet, and they're just trying to secure farm at this point, trying not to lose too much, is what it seems like. But for now, it's kind of a slow-paced game other than OG rotating around and finding some of these kills like they're about to do perhaps mid. Smoke will break, Lanham will spot it, he's going to ping it out, and now there's a ward here on the high ground too, so JRX is 100% known his location, and Vici will just stay safe under the tower.
Yep, just keeping Ori safe. They know if they get, I mean, they have 3 very good scaling cores, Void, OD, as well as Mirana.
S4, Waning Rift into Paparazzi, just doing some harass. Almost level 6 for the Puck. So obviously a little bit behind the Void, but they're going to go again. Cogs will come out, Moonlight Shadow's there. I don't think they have protection.
Dude, unfortunately, yeah, Paparazzi, I mean, you don't always want to skill 6 at Moonlight Shadow, but you save the point a lot like Wraith King always saves his ultimate.
He's about to run out of the Moonlight Shadow. There is a ward here. There's a couple of heroes behind him as well, and even 11's moving and looking for a potential Chrono onto maybe Fly, but he's in too deep at this point. They're now looking for JRX, which would be a nice target, but he's under the tower. So whatever rotations they were trying to make doesn't work. They also try to go on Resolution mid, but Lanham is actually in trouble. Magic Missile, he is going to fall. Swap will come out, No-Tail making sure they secure that kill. And Ori, man, he's just getting peeped by Resolution. They've got the Assassinate. The Wave of Terror will come in. That should be enough. 20 HP somehow. Outworld Devourer will live. That would have been huge, getting that second kill.
Yeah, and Resolution missed 2 attacks uphill, or else that would have been an easy kill. That sucks for him.
It's miserable. Bottom lane. JRX in trouble. The Hex coming out. Paparazzi doing a lot of damage. They should get this kill. He's sticked up, but it won't be enough. He will fall. Flying coming in as well. Splinter Blast come. but will be JRX falling in the bottom lane.
Yep, I think it's the opposite of the first 2 games. VG knows their early game might be a little bit rougher with this clockwork, but they have the 3 way better scaling cores than, I mean, OG, they have a Venge who's decent, but they're pretty much all in on the sniper if it gets past 30 minutes.
He is doing pretty well, all things considered. He's going to have Mask of Madness soon, FaZe, Aquila, plus another Wraith Band, so things are going pretty well. They also, surprisingly enough, No-Tail is top farmer as well, and he's going to be building into a Mask of Madness too, so they're going to scale pretty well with these items going into the mid-stage of the game.
And, I mean, Venge hurts so much in that early game. We see they're doing 110 damage. He has 13 armor and Chrono middle.
Chrono's going to come out the arrow well as well. They've got the Cold Embrace, though. This is going to be tough. Resolution getting a bit low, but might be able to survive. They've got the Fire Blast plus the Ignite going. Paparazzi, another leap coming out. Swap back in. They'll trade 1-for-1. Maybe they can get 11 as well. The Illusion coming out there from the Venge, and No-Tail still going to work, but 11, he'll be able to make it out. Meanwhile, they'll lose Fenrir down to the bottom lane. A solo kill. No, S4 had some help with JRX, but it's a 2-for-1 trade across the map.
Yeah, that was a nice team fight middle. They may have lost the sniper, but No-Tail TPing in immediately once he got on, and we saw why Winter Wyvern's a top-tier pick now. That Cold Embrace just saves his team
time and time. Much.
Yeah.
So huge stuff there to make sure that Sniper, he doesn't go down in vain, and now he's going to come in mid. Throws up a shrapnel, now working on this tier 1 tower. Arrow will hit the siege creep. They'll try to take the tower, but the creep wave's still coming in. But bottom also, OG putting pressure down here in this lane too.
They did see the Moonlight Shadow, unfortunately. Paparazzi with that tree broken down. So nothing should come out of that.
Yeah, in fact, OG is just going to back up in mid. They're still bottom for the time being. S4 still working on treads, trying to pull up this creep wave and push into the bottom tower. So they're doing a good job pressuring these tier 1s in both middle and bottom as well.
Yep. Line just hit 6 now, so you might see an easy puck kill because S4 won't be expecting that burst damage.
No-Tail's pretty far up now, backing away. They smoke up with Rana as well as the Lion. Like you mentioned, he's level 6 now, ready to go, but it doesn't look like they're going to find anything as they're going to back up. Maybe Fly, he might stay long, but it looks like he's going to sit in the tree line and perhaps just move
top lane.
TP. They're going to find the hook shot. They're going to get the OD, or he's in trouble. He's going to fall again. No-Tail was there. Started off with the swap plus the magic missile. An easy kill once you have the hook shot coming in from JRX.
That's why 4 Venge feels so good. The almost 3 strength, the level he gets. He has 1300 HP when he has strength treads up. It's just so hard to kill a Vengeful. Like Lion doesn't do anything to a core Venge.
No-Tail's having a great game. Looking at the mid-tier 1, Deny, yes, Solanum will get there in time. So a lot of time invested for resolution. They won't get the tower last hit, but still, they do take down the tier 1 mid.
Yep. It's a Midas on OD. It's been a little bit since we saw the Sumail days of like him playing it a year or so ago.
What do you think about it in this game?
I mean, they just need to make it to the late game. They have those super scaling cores. They also need to be able to stop the pushes of Resolution and No-Tails. So I think it's good. As long as the Void makes good chronos, it's fine.
That's what we're going to have to see out of 11. We've seen him use the chrono once onto a sniper for a solo kill. He's also working on a Mask of Madness, trying to get some extra farm for himself. They're also pressuring top lane. Some good vision in the top lane to spot things out. They're trying to find Fenrir. S4, Dream Coil onto 2. There is a DD rune on Mirana. It's going to drop soon. They have Moonlight Shadow and 20. Arrow and Leaps are available. Hook shot that'll go into Fenrir. Cogs onto 2. The Wing Rift just a bit too late coming out from S4. That would have been huge if he hit it on the Paparazzi. That would have followed up with No-Tail, perhaps a swap and stun. But they will still get the kill on 1 and perhaps the tower as well.
Yeah, it's just his perfect movements. They're going to lose top tower as well, but No-Tail's always in the right spot. You get the kill, and then you just instantly push a tower. 1-for-1 trade, and they're fine with that.
Great play from No-Tail this game so far compared to the last game with that Viper, which was, he was struggling for sure. Void coming in, the Cog push almost hit. They have the Chronosphere, Flies in trouble. Winter's Curse is not available. He's not level 6 yet. It's just going to be a free kill for Vici Gaming. Moonlight Shadow was used. It might be time to get out for OG because, again, that Chronosphere is still available for the Void. Although S4, he sees 11. He might go in here. They're thinking about something. Paparazzi up in the high ground. Here comes JRX coming in. There's the swap. Waning Rift misses. The Magic Missile coming in. And now they've got the Chrono. It's on to No-Tail. They don't have Fly here. Assassinate comes in. Paparazzi low. He has Leaps as well. They really want this kill. He's going to Fairy Fire. Leap available. Now it's on cooldown. He's in the tree lines. JRX, he's going to find a battery sold. He needs to use it, and he will. Paparazzi will fall. No-Tail getting a killing spree, and the Chronosphere doesn't do anything for Vici.
Yeah, and Resolution, I mean, just the cores rotating from OG are much more on point than VG, and that's the biggest difference in this game.
They're on point for sure. 11 will find it in his room, but with no Chrono, it's not really going to matter, although he will still the bounty.
And here's the thing with Core Venge. Look at this tier 2 tower at 14 minutes. Well, we don't have to. Fender is going to be in trouble.
Yeah, he's probably dead. And by probably, I mean definitely. Oh, God.
And now watch the tower. Look at it just melts away. Glyph's going to have to get popped, but it won't matter. They just do so much damage.
It's going to be double mask with Rezo and No-Tail. Rezo's not even using these. I don't know if they need to. They're waiting for the creep wave. Although 11's nearby, but again, no chrono for 80 seconds.
Winter Wyvern. Looking a little in trouble.
Yeah, Fly, he does have the cold embrace. Hook shot coming in. They'll try to turn onto Ori. Fly, astral save coming out, actually, from Ori himself. The magic missile will go. The swap is there. They get one kill from it, but Lanham's in trouble. The battery assault. Resolution getting jumped on 11. He'll find that kill. Time walk at 3 wand charges. He might survive. They cannot find the pickoff. It's actually a 2 for 3. Fenrir will find the Earth Spike. Now he's getting chased down. They've got Wave. They've got Magic Missile in 1 second. There's the flare. Magic Missile will hit, and that should be his death. The Illusory Orb to jump through. There's the Waning Rift and a double kill. Mega kill streak coming out from No-Tail, and another tier 2 tower perhaps.
It was actually decent positioning from VG. They tried to pincer the sniper inside, and they did get him, but, I mean, No-Tail's just too farmed. It's not like last game where he didn't have farm, and they just had to focus resolution. This game, they have to deal with both of them.
He's going for the early BKB too on the Vengeful Spirit, and I don't know how they kill him once he gets that item.
It's rough. And a lot of times you get BKB for the, obviously, the magical immunity, but on someone like Venge, I mean, even just the damage from the Mithril Hammer is so much.
Yep. Absolutely. No-Tail having a great game. The rest of his team also doing pretty well. Fly's gotten jumped on once or twice, but now he's level 6. We haven't even seen a Winter's Curse yet here for OG, and I think that's just another tool in their repertoire to go with.
Yep, they might just start using it safely in this game because, I mean, VG doesn't do that much damage, honestly. They'll probably just save it for the chrono.
Yes, that is the big thing they need to worry about. So far, the OD, he's not had the impact they want. He doesn't even have Sanity skilled up yet.
Oh,
so
LAN M bottom.
He's getting chased down here. Kaj will come out. They've got the Chronosphere to try to turn this. They're looking for Jerax, taking a lot of damage from Paparazzi. This is good so far coming in from Vici Gaming, perhaps too aggressive. And they find S4. Nicely done. This time, Vici Gaming are the ones to rotate in at a perfect time.
Yep, they will get 2 kills, but because they have to rotate 4 people in, this top tower is going to go down.
Yeah, they have one hero up here, but it's just Fenrir, and honestly, if he walks too far up, he might just get dove. Lanham too, he's only at half HP. Yeah, but they will get the tower, you're right.
This was a nice rotation. Now Paparazzi's going to move into pushing bottom.
All right, and Fly will come to defend. Paparazzi working on a Diffusal Blade. He's very close, just about 100 gold away, and once he gets that, some big damage coming in from him. What is Resolution working on? All right, Maelstrom, makes sense. He has Mask. Now he's going to have Maelstrom next.
Yeah, the biggest thing, it feels like all 3 games, VG has outwarded OG extremely hard. Even now you see very defensive wards bottom, 3 in their own jungle pretty much, and it just defends them so they can farm jungle as well as, I mean, it got him that double kill with the chrono right there.
Yep.
And they've been warding well all game.
Yeah, there's the 3 wards compared to the 1 ward top only from OG at this point. So the Vision game is definitely a bit rough here for OG for now. They still have a slight advantage. Once was a 2K lead, is about even now. But these big items are coming out here. We haven't really seen Ori get involved too much. He's only really died, but now he's got a 4-stat. He's skilled up his sanities. If they can get a good chrono, he can deal some damage. Maybe they can turn a fight around here.
Yep, the biggest thing is if OG gets a hero or 2 near top lane, they can take Roshan so quick, while VG has a very slow Rosh taking team.
Yeah. It's gonna be tough for them. They'll need to get a pick off if they want to try to go for it, but Jerax looking in the high ground, Cog push onto 11. He's just gonna chase him down, gets to the bounty run too, but he might die for this. Mask Madness, hook shot away from Jerax just to stay safe. Maybe gets the other bounty. 11's looking for it, he'll find it, and he's gonna get the bash too, and Jerax might just die for this. They have a TP coming in, and now they won't chase any further. So, nice little fight.
Yep, at least 11's happy. He got the rune at least. That's what matters to him. Get that gold. He's going Shadow Blade next, so good initiation. I mean, he doesn't have to go pure damage. You have an OD as well as a carry Mirana, who does a lot of damage right now.
Yeah. Paparazzi. Although Fly will find him. Winter's Curse comes out. They're going to drop a sentry too, in case he uses the Moonlight, but he wanted to set up for something. His team wasn't in position. Jerax wasn't there. I don't think he had hookshot either, so not quite the initiation they were looking for from OG.
Yeah, I think they just need No-Tail to get the BKB, then they take a Roshan and see what kind of towers or damage they can do to the base. Because VG's doing a good job of splitting up the map and farming all 3 lanes right now.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of farm here on this Mirana, especially in the OD. The Midas is kicking in. He's top net worth now. And this is where things get a bit dangerous. Like you said, though, No-Tail with the BKB is going to avoid a lot of that damage, so We'll see. And you're right, though. Roche is going to go down so quickly for OG. If they can just keep the waves pushed out or get a pick, like, it'll fall very fast.
Yeah, but they definitely don't want to lose a fight there, so they're not going to risk it till they get that pick.
And we'll see. They have a smoke on Fly. Winter's Curse back up in about 25 seconds. Top lane, Jerax getting chased down by 11. He has Chrono. Doesn't want to use it just for a clockwork, I would assume. So, yeah. And here we go. There's that smoke we were talking about from OG. They're looking to find somebody in this bottom lane. Paparazzi and Lanham both here. We'll see if they can't find one of these targets. They would like to get them around. The swap is there. The Dream Coil, the Waning Rift. They've got the Magic Missile. Perfect timing from OG. They found what they needed, and they hit their spells in the correct order to find that kill.
Feels like S4 almost coiled too soon. He coiled instantly, like almost while he was swapping him, and that's a nice, really nice pickup. They should be able to get this tier 2 bottom 30 seconds down for the Mirana, but if Radiant rotates everyone, then it could be rough.
They already have Lanham down here.
It looks like they all are. They're like, all right, Mirana's up in 20. We might be able to save this. We have Glyph.
They're going to smoke and go for a Chrono. 11's got the Shadow Blade too. So
I like this. OG, they should know something's up, even though Mirana's down.
They need a sentry here from Fly, and they have one. He's about to drop it. Yes, that's the perfect sentry to be placed, and they're going to get the Waning Rift off in time. Assassinate will come through too. The swap back. He's so low. The Time Walk, though, will keep him alive. Now the Chrono 1-2. They're going to turn this. It looks like they're going to have Resolution getting dropped down by the Finger of Death, and Fly will fall as well. A double kill for Ori. Somehow the Time Walk gets off in time. No Tail will survive at the very least. But that was so close for OG.
Yep, and I believe he actually missed the Wave of Terror, which could have been the kill. And that's a rough one. Even with that Sentry Ward down, they just don't have that burst damage to bring him down, which we were talking about.
Ugh. They lose 2. Of course, that means that Roche will not be taken, nor will the tier 2 tower.
And this just feels so bad for OG right now. They couldn't even get that tier 2 tower. These cores are all getting farmed. Faceless Void has farm. He's going for S4. Solo kill bottom lane. Can he get one more bash?
He's got one. Oh, the damage is coming out. It's plenty, and that will do it.
Yep, I like how he used the Shadow Blade just for the extra damage, and this could just get out of control for OG too quickly. Mirana has tons of farm. Even OD now with the full Hurricane Pike and Void. He does a ton of damage solo to anyone.
I think OG need to go for Roche, and they know it. No Tail's already inside the pit. They don't have Puck for 27 seconds. Also, Jerax is bottom, so this is kind of dangerous, especially there's a ward on the high ground here towards the secret shop. Arrow is sailing in as well, and that means they need to back up.
Yep, without a medallion or a solar crest, they don't take it quick enough without that pick off.
Very dangerous. They do know that they need Roshan, though. Things like you mentioned, getting kind of out of control here. No Tail, does he have the BKB yet? I think it's flying out now. Maybe you make something happen here. Chrono is back in 30, so this is a bit of a sketchy situation, a sketchy timing window for OG.
It is. I do like, once Vengeful does have that BKB, they finally have a frontliner, which they really need for this sniper, because the sniper has been having to fight pretty close to the battles, which he doesn't want to.
Right.
And here we go. The smoke's going to determine a lot if they just get wiped here. Oh, but
wow, he just broke the smoke. Wave of Terror, they can swap him back, I think. They're going to just use the Arctic Burn. He will probably fall. Evans coming in from the back line. Chrono is about to be ready here in just a couple of moments. 2 seconds, in fact. They're going to have the Dream Coil coming out. Paparazzi assassinated, swap back in. He's dead. A double kill. There's the Chronosphere coming out. They want to get this kill on Resolution. They should have figured no. Down for 30. The Winter's Curse will come out as well. The Cold Embrace is there. Now Fly is starting to do the work. They've got the Waning Rift. They've got the kill. They've got the triple for a Resolution. They find the targets, and now they will find Roche.
Yep, perfect item timing for Vengeful at that Black King bar, and then, as we saw, they said if you don't Chrono the Winter Wyvern, he's going to be a problem, and there we go. Cold Embrace goes out on Sniper, and then he just holds him to slow the damage down. And a perfect fight from OG. They needed that.
Yeah, they get to the 2 big cores. They don't get OD, but they will definitely get Roche. They have now a 4-staff on Resolution working on the Hurricane Pike, and they're going to take Roche, and it's dead so quickly. In the meantime, Jerax farms in this top lane. We'll see what they can get done here in the next couple minutes. Maybe take these tier 2 towers for OG.
Fenrir is going to have a blink on the line now, so the sniper is not going to be safe wherever he's at.
Oh, wow. Yeah, he's ready to go. 23 minutes into the game. That's you're poor as a line, but if you can get to that blink dagger, it's a game changer for sure.
I know PBD always used to say playing line without a blink, it's just not even a hero. Once you get that blink, it feels like you're a tier 1 hero from a tier 4 hero.
Well, you saw him in the beginning of the game. He got run down like 4 or 5 times. Yep. Just the life of a lion, and really the life of a support in this type of game.
Exactly. I mean, Faceless Void, level 17, highest level in the game, but his farm, obviously, he needs to get, he can't solo kill the Venge, which is a pretty big thing to be able to do.
Yeah, we'll see. His talents are going to be pretty important here. If you can get to that level 25, plus 175 Chronosphere AoE or the backtrack.
Ooh, bottom lane.
They're going to look for
No
paparazzi.
vision.
Yeah, they didn't have detection there. Nobody carrying dust. I think Jarex was too far away anyway.
It's a rough one, but they do defend the tower, so he gets to deny.
Nicely done. So, all right, we're 24 minutes into the game. It looks like OG, they were starting to slip behind a little bit. They get one big fight. They're back into it. They have Aegis now to work with. They're pushing the waves in, and now it's time to go down that checklist, get those tier 2 towers, and get some control of this map.
Yeah, that's the best thing about having that Aegis. He can't really, he doesn't want to chrono the sniper or the winner, or just the sniper or the Venge, so he has to go on Winter Wyvern, and if you're wasting a chrono on just him, doesn't feel that good. They might just wait for that to drop down, the Aegis.
So Fly's doing well, but we've talked about Drax a lot in the early game, but he's got now a Blade Mail ready to go too. He's had some good hook shots. His cogs have been great. I think this is another hero they have to look out for Vici.
Yeah, Mirana's had a good time. He just does his cogs, Mirana arrows him and then kills him, but if he gets that Blade Mail pop, then Mirana will do like 50% of her own life if she continues going forward.
Well, nobody saw that, don't worry. Jax, you're good. Perfect shot onto the Siege Creep. But they're going to just push bottom. Look at this. I mean, this is Sniper. You just sit from a million yards away with a Hurricane Pike and you take aim. And he is taking aim at this tier 3 tower. He's going to shrapnel. It's already sitting at about half HP now. They'll try to go for the tier 2 tower top lane with 11, but they might just lose this tier 3 tower if they're not careful. They've already glyphed. So they will TP back. It is going to be Mirana ready to go. They need to be careful. The offensive glyph coming out. Also with the top tier 2 tower, it's a defensive glyph as well. And here we go. They're just going high ground at this point. They finally get the tier 2 top lane, but look at this range Rax. Unhealable damage grant going onto this range Rax here in this bottom lane.
Yeah, looks like they should just be able to pick it off. Void is back now. They have to be careful. They want to wait for that Aegis, but I mean, they don't have to.
No Tail will get arrow, but he is going to have the Cold Embrace. 11's going to walk up. He's found the Chronosphere. They have the Winter's Curse. The hook shot coming in. They'll pop it. Now they've got the Dream Coil. S4, great initiation, plus the Waning Rift swap out as well. And Resolution's just in the back line, flanking away. A dominating spree, 2 dead. All 3 cores down. They will have buyback, and they're going to have to use it, but now no Chronosphere, and all of a sudden OG have broken this game wide open. The range Rax will go down. Good Earth Spike. S4 in trouble. Cold Embrace won't be able to save him, so that's pretty good. Good start to this fight for Vici Gaming. They'll lose their range rack. They've got the Astro coming out. Jarex pops the Blade Mail. They need to be careful. Astro comes in. The Sanities is there, and they'll bring down No Tail as well. Resolution is still going toe-to-toe, though, and Lanham is really low at this point. Resolution will turn right around, get the auto attack, get the double kill. They'll find 4. They won't find 5, but they will find the Rax here at the end of it.
That Blade Mill by Jarex, the line used Finger on him, the Ogre used Stun. They were both down to 50%. Then you have Resolution just tearing him apart with the Maelstrom, and he's going to get a full Rax here.
What a fight. Forcing all of those buybacks. OG take a commanding lead. Resolution stays alive. He still has the Aegis, but it's only for a minute longer. He will TP, and he is going to find a double damage rune at the top rune spot, and they can maybe go... The good news, I should say, is Vici still have their tier 2s mid and top, so that's at least something, but that was pretty bad.
Yep, and this all just goes back to OG with that 3-for-0 smoke gank. They got middle lane, which got him Roche, and then you saw the Void. He had to go on the Venge, and you have to solo chrono Venge. You're going to lose a fight, because Winter Wyvern just uses the ulti on Void. He does absolutely nothing, and that's the end of that.
Yep. Fly doing a great job, and Winter Wyvern showing why it's such a good hero, why it's been picked a lot in this tournament already, especially against this Faceless Void. Couple of BKBs coming out, 11 walking through. He's got Chrono in 5. No vision. They have no sentries down from Fly, not yet anyway.
Well, he has Chrono in 1.
He's about to use it. Shrapnel will come in. Ooh, Assassinate going to come out. They're running in. In fact, everybody was running behind this Void, but he decided to back away. Fenrir almost dies to an Assassinate. But they need some detection here. As 11, he's got the Shadow Blade back up in 3 seconds, so something to keep in mind.
Yeah, even now, neither team really has wards on the map. We did just see OG counter 1 middle, but neither team's doing that good of a job warding right now.
Yeah. As hectic as the game has been, it makes sense too, but Resolution again, top of the net worth. We saw this in game 1. He tried it in game 2, tried getting to that point. His team made a lot of space, but he just couldn't quite get there. Now, Again, he's the one doing a lot of the damage. He's the one getting these kills, and No-Tail just making the space, getting chronoed, getting the swaps off.
Middle lane.
They're going to find, it looks like, an easy kill on this puck. S4, pretty squishy, especially if they get those Earth Spikes off. Mid lane, they're going to look for the Chronosphere. They're going to have it onto 2. The hook shot came in as it happened. 11 pops the BKB. Now looking to go here on Fly. They'll drop the sentry down. No-Tail is in. Wave of Terror will come out. They've got the swap ready. They've got the Assassinate as well. The BKB, now they get the Winner's Curse off. It was maybe at the wrong time, though, but they'll set it up. They've got the Magic Missile to come through, and that will be the kill. So
S4 did die back, though.
Oh.
Bought back and then died again, but you still kill the Void, and that's a bigger kill. Your puck, I mean, he doesn't mean much this game except for his abilities. He has Blink, he has a Veil. Lincoln's is great, but killing a Void, I would say, is actually worth 2 S4 lives at this point.
And the thing is, too, the Void doesn't have Chrono now as well, which is the biggest ability in this game.
And that was a great Chrono, but unfortunately you get a good Chrono, but Flies outside of it again. Just hits him with the Cold Embrace, and they use early BKBs from that Faceless Void and Mirana.
Yeah.
Or not Mirana, pardon me.
That's another thing. When he's back up the BKB, it will be, but now this is something to consider. No Chronosphere. They're working on the Tier 3 tower again. Resolution just from so far away with the take aim, the Hurricane Pike. He'll dodge the arrow swiftly, just sidestep it. All right. We'll see if they continue. Once the Void respawns, they might just back up, even though there's still no Chrono.
They'll take this tower, and that's about it. But it is backdoor protected right now. Here come the creeps.
All right. They're just going to... It looks like they're just going to back. They're going to go top and deal with that Tier 2 tower instead.
Get that Shrine. Makes it a lot easier. And it's just free team goal.
Yeah. We'll find out when Roche respawns in 46 seconds. Could be pretty soon.
And now No-Tail, even if he gets chronoed, has the 25% evasion. And if he doesn't, he just throws up that Heaven's Halberd onto the Mirana. It feels like the Mirana's had 0 impact after the beginning of this game. He had really good farm, was doing a ton of damage, and now has a Yasha and a Diffusal at 31 minutes.
Yeah, you're right. He had a great start, but yeah, his farm has fallen behind significantly. He's 2,000 behind the Void, and he's very far behind Resolution and No-Tail, so... Hookshot mid, they're going to find Paparazzi, the Void. They're going to get the Magic Missile, and they blow him away pretty much instantly. He dies so quickly. They'll look for more. Fenrir, he might fall as well. Cold Embrace is there. Assassinate, swap back, Wave of Terror. They don't even need the Assassinate. Resolution's godlike with 2 dead. Now they can move up to the high ground, finish this Tier 3. There's no buyback of the Void, so 60 seconds, they could just take this Rax. I don't know how Vici can defend this one.
Yeah, that was so odd that Old 11 would go in right there, because they knew they had the sentry there for when he countered the ward. So it feels like just a little mistake from Old 11 and quick reaction times from OG.
And they're going to take the Rax. They can't get the top Rax. They have to go for the Tier 2 instead. Roche not up still for another minute. So the game won't end yet, but Vici down 2 Rax down here, and Resolution just continues to get bigger.
He does. He has his full Mjolnir now flying out to him, as well as 500 more gold. And S4, I mean, he's just doing a good job of controlling the fights, even with that dieback.
Even as squishy as he is, he's getting those initiations. He's getting the Dream Coils, the Waning Rifts off, and that's all they really need, and they have the follow-up coming in with Jerax or whoever.
Yep, and Jerax has a 4-step now. Man, 4-step, it's just so good of an item.
Yeah, especially in this game. Kiting out the Mirana, kiting out the OD as well.
And there you see the Tier 2 tower does go down.
So pretty much one more lost team fight, I think, for Vici is probably the end of the game, one would assume, because then that leads into Roche if it's still up. More than likely going to be the last Rax too. So,
and all OG needs to do now is push in top and mid lane and then just take Roche. They don't even have to get a pick off this time. It would be nice, but they don't have to.
Vici will have to contest this. I don't think they can give this away. It is going to be back here in about 15 seconds. There's a DD rune at the bottom rune spot too. It seems like every time Roche is up, there's going to be a DD.
It was nice because Jerax scouted out, so they know it's down there.
S4 will go to it.
And he'll be like, I don't want this. I don't even have a bottle.
Resolution is going to be the one to take it, who is very farmed. Mjolnir, Hurricane Pike, Mask Madness, BKB, plus DD now.
Ooh, they don't know Roche is up. Unfortunately, Jerax just shot his rocket up, but it is out for him. He's just going to take the Shrine with DD instead. Smart play.
I think he just... The flare flew over Roche, but I don't think I saw it. Anyway.
Yep, No-Tail, 2,000 gold. God, he just does so much damage. He doesn't even have that many items, but still like 250 a hit, plus the Wave of Terror minus armor.
I like his itemization. He's even going Blink now too. Like he knows positioning's huge in this type of game against a Void and OD.
That's why Venge is so good as a core. Like defensive items equal offensive items on her because of the aura.
Wave of Terror, Vengeance Sword. He already does a ton of damage. And Roche up, but they're not looking to make a move just yet. Even with that double damage, they could take it quick, but the way you lose a game, or at least a fight, is if you get chronoed, and a 5-man chrono could easily destroy your chances of taking Roche, so they'll have to be careful. That's the one thing to worry about.
Yep, exactly. And this Mirana still doesn't even have the Manta, just now has enough gold for it. But at 35 minutes as your carry Mirana, here we go.
JerAx, he's got the gem. He's about to lose it. The Moonlight Shadow's got to come in. The arrow will hit as well, and that's one pick, and gem on the deck just like that. Now Vici smoke immediately afterwards. Will they head into the pit? Will they try to find another hero? They're looking. 11, he's got the time walk ready. He has the gem now. Moonlight Shadow's still going for a bit. He has the Shadow Blade. They're going to smoke up. Resolution about to get caught here. Do they have any further detection? They have dust. They'll drop a sentry down in 11. About to jump in. There's the Hurricane Puck. They're looking for the Wave of Terror. They found it. Arctic Burn will come through as well. And now 11 getting kited around. They've got the Hex and Earth Spike off though. Fenrir, he's got the initiation. Good swap back. Fly in trouble coming in. So far so good for Vici Gaming. They've taken down 2. There's the buyback. The Chronosphere will come in. 11 pops the BKB. Resolution's in trouble. There's the Winter's Curse coming out. Resolution forced away. He'll stay alive, but No Tail's getting low. Earth Spike down. He's dead for 73. He's got buyback. He might have to use it. Vici will lose nobody so far in this engagement.
They do not. They're just going to back out right now, and
their waves are pushing in though. Look at all of these waves, mid, bottom, and top are pushing in like crazy.
Yep, they can't even do Roshan because of the threat of Venge buying back and TPing into the shrine. They can't do anything, unfortunately.
They're looking for a pick with JerAx. He's going to find Lanham. He wants to go on him. They've got the cogs.
He's the only one there.
He is alone at this point. He's about to die. The Earth Spike will come through. He's done so. S4 decides not to jaunt in and go for a Waning Rift. Would have been suicide if he did. And now JerAx is dead for 50 seconds all of a sudden.
Yeah, a little bit of a misplay there. Maybe he thought his team was chasing a little bit quicker than they were. But nice save by No Tail on the resolution. Then even better buyback from Fly, saving him, getting that ulti off in the chrono.
Right. I mean, it was bad that No Tail goes down, but it becomes kind of a disaster if Resolution dies in that fight.
Exactly. Venge, I mean, he dies. I mean, it doesn't mean too much. It's a lot of damage, but not as much as Resolution. And forcing him to use his buyback.
Bottom lane was looking for S4, but he's able to blink himself away, so he's fine.
And he switches from a Linken's to an Ags on Puck. Just hold him into place. Fenrir, you're dead.
Yeah. Or Lion getting chased down. He even uses the Winter Curse, actually, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a short cooldown.
He's going to get dusted. Moonlight Shadow came out, but there's nothing they can do. So
that's that. I mean, they could honestly go for Roche now with No Tail up if they really want, with Line down. Now you don't have that. You can't hold that puck in place, which the Line's been doing so well.
All right. Will they head into the Roche pit? Is Chronosphere back up? No. 2 seconds. It'll be back up now. Plus, he has the gem, the Spirit Vessel up 2 for the Ogre Magi. And looks like OG's looking for a fight. They're going to D-ward first. 11's coming in. He's going to walk into the Sentry. He should see it with the gem, and now he knows he's going to back away, in fact. So they'll stay safe. Lion is back up at 20 seconds. Might see a fight. 11's coming in. JerAx is going to walk up. Shadowblade wears off. And they won't decide to take the fight just yet for Vici.
They're going to stay back. Arrow's going to fly. Barely misses Resolution, actually.
All right. D-Ward coming out from Young 11. The Flare will spot him. He'll time walk to the low ground. But the base tier 4s are starting to get pushed as the bottom lane's getting pushed in. The Line will deal with it now. He'll join his team in a moment, I would imagine. And they need to contest this Roshan. OG wants at about 11K net worth advantage now to 4K. Things still, I know you're down 2 sets of racks for Vici Gaming, but it's not over yet.
And Resolution actually switches from Daedalus. He's going into a Linken Sphere, which is it's going to be good if a blink forward by the Line goes for him. He just completely nullifies that voodoo.
Yeah, he needs this Linken Sphere. He has it now, too. They're going to find themselves a Mud Golem, get those Shard Golems down, make sure they take out any creeps near the Roche pit.
And OG realizes if they lose like one team fight here, it could just be the end because of the Tricore from VG.
They have no buybacks, by the way, on OG. Just want to point that out. That's actually scary to think about.
Yeah, exactly. They know they're in the lead, but if they lose one fight, the Tricore will just outscale them. They can't buy back. They lose Roche. They could just lose 3 towers in a row middle.
Paparazzi has to deal with bottom now, so it'll be a 4 versus 5 if they engage. Roshan's getting low. Paparazzi needs to move. They've got the Chronosphere. It's on 2. They get it on fly as well. That's huge. JRX, they've got the finger. Sanities will drop 2 right now. It's a 3 versus 5 fight. 11, though, taking a lot of damage. He's got no time walk, silent stuff, and he's going to get broken with a Dream Coil now. The gem's on the deck, and now Fenrir's in trouble as well. They're trying to chase him down, but here comes Ori. Resolution gets to the high ground with a Hurricane Pike, still trying to run. They're going to find No Tail. They're going to find the air on Resolution as well. He's in trouble. He's going to get dropped. It's 3 dead. It's going to be 4. Ori gets the double kill. Even when they lose the Void, they still win the fight. No buybacks available for OG, and now it's going to be Vici that are about to take Roshan, perhaps a lot more.
Yeah, perfect Chronosphere. Even though he didn't do anything in the Chronosphere, he locked down 2 of them, got the Winter Wyvern shut down, and that's all they need to do.
Oh, unbelievable fight from Vici. Somehow it goes their way.
Yep. And you see the damage coming out from Marana as well as OD. OD doesn't even have that many items, but when you shut him down with the Chronosphere, and Void didn't even have to die there. I don't think he knew the Puck had an Ags, or else he could have just broken that with BKB. Unfortunately, Puck did have the Ags, so that's why Void dropped.
Yeah.
And this could be, I mean, OG's not out of it yet, but the cores are just growing so quickly on VG.
It's crazy to say that when they're 2 racks up, and like they haven't even taken a tier 2 for Vici other than top.
Yeah.
That's insane to think about. Again, this was once an 11K net worth advantage, and now OG, they're going to have to dig deep. Resolution is still top of the net worth, but that gigantic lead he once had is now gone. So we'll see how this turns out. They pick up bots and a Shivas, I believe, for the OD. With Aegis, Cheese is on Young 11, which makes a lot of sense, plus the gem. And at this point, they pretty much have a lead.
Yeah, and OD now level 24, almost level 25. He just grew so quickly. That's why you get a Midas, you get those levels as well as the gold.
So what do you do here if you're OG at this point? Do you just split up the map, try to keep the waves pushed out so they can't push into your base?
I mean, that's when you're super far behind. You definitely still want to go for kills, but uh-oh, Young 11 knows where No Tail's at. Does he know the others? And he sees them. It's daytime,
Phase
not
shift
night.
coming in. They're going to get the Hex off. No Tail's in trouble. The Earth Spike will come in. There's the Finger as well. They've got the multicast plus the Fire Blast coming in and the Chronosphere to follow up. The Puck, it's going to get hit with the arrow as well. The auto attack damage. They're both dead for 70 seconds. No buyback. And now more towers will be taken by Vici Gaming.
Yeah, this is when it starts looking rough. They're so farmed unless if the waves aren't pushed up, they're just going to lose the game now.
It's starting to look like OG is unraveling here. Again, they've got to dig deep to try to turn this around. It's not going to be easy. The Chronosphere is down for 85 seconds. There is still Aegis. There is still Cheese to deal with here. And they will take this Tier 1 tower finally. Tier 1 still alive at 41 minutes, but Vici Gaming will take these towers down in quick fashion.
Yep, they will, and you see Blind Jerk's already setting up, trying to defend the base. Resolution will be up there. Still hard to push into Shrapnel plus a Sniper with farm. But it feels like Sniper doesn't do enough through BKB now. Like, we saw the OD just BKB, and he doesn't do that much right-click damage. That's the problem with doing Mask of Madness as well as the Lincolns.
Yes. A bit of an issue, but still. Oh man, OG, they're just, they still have 1 Tier 2 tower left in the bottom lane, so that's good news, but 4K lead now for Vici Gaming, and it feels like it's about to be a lot more.
That's the problem. You click buyback status, and all 3 cores of VG have it. So even if OG wins one fight, they can't even take that last set of racks yet.
Man, how do they win a fight? They've been getting initiated on by the Chrono a lot of the time, and they've really relied on Fly, but you can't rely on him, I think, every fight.
I think the problem is now you have to rely on Fly in a different way. He has to get a very good offensive Winner's Curse off instead of a defensive one at this point.
Exactly. And that's not going to be easy either. He has a Blink Dagger working on a Gem 2. He has enough money for it. It might be on cooldown. But,
Resolution is going to go Butterfly next. Obviously, no one has a Monkey King bar yet. But Outworld of Hours already building one. So that's going to be rough for him.
He already has the Hyperstone. He actually has enough money for it. Ori is ready to go. He's going to have the accuracy. No more True Strike, but the accuracy will help a lot. Vici Gaming, well, they smoke and go for something here. It looks like they're sitting together as a team.
And this is the best feeling as Ogre. You have 3 cores who can all use your Bloodlust and use it very well.
That's true. You forget about late game Ogre Magi. He's done a lot this game, actually. He's got a Helm of the Dominator, so he's had a couple of creeps. The Bloodlust is huge.
Oh, here we go. Smoke in.
This is going to be big. S4's already used the Illusory Orb. He's going to get hexed up. He is in trouble. Finger will come out. No Tail, good swap, but he's in trouble. He'll get arrowed. No Tail pops the BKB. The Halberd will come in, but he'll fall first and foremost. Winter's Curse will come out, but Lanham is so tanky. This is Paparazzi, but he's not even really doing any damage to the Chronosphere. It's a miss. It's just on Twin Illusion, I believe, but they will find S4 as he was phase shifted inside the Chronosphere. So 2 down, no buybacks, and they're close to this tier 2 tower as well. They're going to dive maybe under the tier 3. Jerax is about to get arrowed. He pops the Blade Mail, but he will still fall. 3 dead, no buybacks on any of these heroes. The waves are pushed in, which is good news for OG, but they lose fight after fight after fight here. And they now have to deal with Vici pushing into their base soon.
Exactly, and this feels a lot like game 1 for when OG, you knew they were losing that early game, but they just had the cores that scaled better. And this game as well, VG, they knew they had the cores. They lost 2 sets of racks, maybe not in the plan, but now it's hit the late game, and they have nothing to stop them.
Nothing indeed. It just seems like they ran out of gas here at this sort of end of the game. They need Fly to get a good Winter's Curse off. And they get caught, and they cannot lose S4 at the beginning of the fight. He was the first to go down. No Tail tanking pretty much a gank at that point. They'll be back up at 20. Glyph is available for OG, so they might lose this tier 3. They might lose this Rax. They should Glyph here, and they will.
And it's crazy because the Mirana doesn't even have that much farm still. Only Manta, Defusal, and the Blink. This is pretty much all just the OD doing so much damage, as well as the Void.
I will say the good news for OG is I guess they have good high ground defense. They have good wave clear. You have Resolution who can just hit from so far away with his range. So there's that.
Yep, there is. I mean, an overcommitment's always one of the biggest faults of teams that lose.
We'll see if that's going to be the case. No shrines anymore. New patch. Things are getting crazy. Game 3, 45 minutes in, a well-fought series so far. And we're not done yet. Despite a 2 racks advantage for OG, they're on the back foot now. We'll see how it ends. We have, I think, yeah, Aegis was just taken, reclaimed. They have no Roche for at least another 2 minutes here. They still should have Cheese for Paparazzi. I think he might have, no, it was on Young 11. Meanwhile, the Dream Coil top lane, they've got the stun to Paparazzi, but where's the follow-up? I don't think they have any. He's just going to blink away. Not getting there in time was No Tail, and so Paparazzi's able to get out.
Yeah, that's the problem. Just good heads-up play from the Mirana. He knew they were coming in. He farmed it up as much as he could and then tanked a lot of the puck's damage and just ran away.
So OG now down 10K, and they're pushing out top together as a team. If they can get the mega creeps, then things might get a little bit easier for them. But we'll see. It's not easy for them. I mean, they can't even... You go up high ground, you get chronoed, and all of a sudden you just lose the fight, and you perhaps lose the game as well. I mean, do they even have buybacks? They have it on the Sniper and the Puck now, too. They're actually getting pretty close for a lot of these heroes, including Jerax. So now buyback status is a bit better for OG.
Yeah, OG just needs to... They have to keep the waves pushed out, because the third Roshan, I mean, the Refresher, it feels like a little bit of a meme on the third Roshan, but a second Chrono or a second Sanity's Eclipse is actually insane. While OG, I mean, they don't have really anything that benefits that.
It's actually crazy. I completely forgot about it. The Refresher Shard, the new item coming in.
It always feels like kind of a meme to me, like everyone like over talks about it, but they have, I mean, a second Sanity's Eclipse is actually nuts.
Yeah. Second Chrono, like you mentioned. Either of those would be huge in one of these fights. And we'll see. I mean, Roche not up for at least another 30 seconds. We'll find out when that timer is going to be here in just a moment, but for now, Vici are putting themselves in a position aggressively, trying to make sure they can get these waves pushed out. They're looking for a pick. Fly is nearby. OG in a pretty aggressive position. We'll see who moves first.
Oh, and here we go. They have vision of Fly, and he just blinks away.
Yeah, doesn't want to get caught. No Tail. They've got the scan. It actually hit onto No Tail, but he's going to walk out of the trees and stay safe.
Yep, now Arrow will fly through and be like, oh, we just missed him.
All right. Oh, 11. He's going to walk in. They've got the Dream Coil Illusory Orb. They're going to bring him down and dead. 90 seconds, but he does have buyback. They're looking for more. Fly still chasing Fenrir. Winter's Curse comes out, but it's only on to Fenrir at this point. He does have buyback as well. So, oh, he blinks out. He might actually be able to make it away. They have the Moonlight Shadow, the Illusory Orb. They've got the speed on it, and Fenrir's going to get Magic Missile. He will fall. Eul Scepter will keep him alive for a moment. The cog pushback is there. He actually wastes a lot of the time, and that is huge for them.
Yeah, it is. So OG does get 2 pickups. They do have the buyback, so they don't want to overcommit here. Maybe Resolution just sieges down the tower by himself, and then they just back out as a team.
Bad news for OG is that there's no Roche for another minute and a half. So even if they force these buybacks, Still can't back up to Roche or anything like that.
It's still big, showing that they're not quite done with yet. Like, VG could have just rolled them over, but a nice 2 pickoffs will keep them into the game.
Good positioning from OG. Just getting off that instant reaction time from S4 to get in there. Very important.
They need to get this buyback from the Void, though. I think the problem is they don't want to die and they want to get the buyback, and it's going to be so hard to do
Earth
that.
Spike, arrow to follow up. That'll hit. They've got the Cold Embrace. Swap away. Here comes Ori in the back lines, looking for Fly. He'll find it. Sanity's dropped down as well. Resolution getting chased. He'll fall. 3 dead for OG. They overcommit perhaps, and they lose 3 heroes for it too.
Yep, and that's the problem. I mean, they had to make Void buyback. It's the only way to win this game is to make them use buybacks, but if they die themselves, then it's obviously not worth it, and that's what happened.
They're going to find a 4th hero as well. Jerax is going to get caught, and Ori will blow him away. Plenty of stolen intelligence to go to work. 3 of the heroes have buyback. No Tail is the only one that doesn't. 11 chasing S4 as well. He also has buyback, even if he falls here. Phase Shift will come out. Does he have the blink ready? He does. He will use it. He'll TP away as well.
At least middle was pushed in, so VG can't do too much damage to OG while they're dead. And they do, I mean, well, they can't push top lane in now, it looks like, and OG knows, though, Void doesn't have buyback, so he might play a little more defensively, which is definitely a plus for them.
They might not even buy back. They don't even need to buy back on OG because of these waves being pushed in. The 2 racks advantage is actually working out for them pretty well. They won't be able to get buildings. Roche is about to be up, so maybe that's the tough part about this for OG here.
There we go. And Fenrir, you can actually hear him yelling in the background. Roshan is indeed up, and this is huge. Three items dropping off Roshan off now.
He went hard.
All 3 of them are important there. And even the Mirana has another item now. Just getting that MKB does so much more damage, and 5k on her as well. Oh, I wonder who they give it to, Void or Ori. I think it's better on Ori.
They just stun-locked and bashed Roche into oblivion.
Yeah.
My God. But yeah, they will give it to Paparazzi for the Aegis and Cheese. Is being held, I think, by Fenrir, and the Refresher Shard, and that's going to 11.
Yep. And now look at this. OD just picks up a Moon Shard as well. Pretty much 6 slotted. Well, he is.
All right, so I guess if they can kill the Void, it might be enough, but we've seen fights where Void's gone down and then Ori's just carried the game, essentially, and Paparazzi as well, so.
Yeah, they've done a good job. I mean, they always swap the Void and then just get, like, instant silences on him, but, I mean, there's too much farm on the other 2 cores, and that's the thing. You lose the early game with Tri-Core, and then just, in the end, your greediness pays off.
It is paying off for Vici Gaming big time here. We are 51 minutes into the game, just approaching that 60-minute mark. 16k advantage for Vici Gaming, and they have not even taken a set of racks yet. So the lead is even bigger than you might think if they can just get these waves pushed out.
Yeah, it's funny, VG, during the early mid-games, even the game they were losing, they were out-warding OG, but right now they have pretty much 0 wards down, which is kind of the bane. They don't really know that OG's sitting in their base. They can take a guess, but...
Yeah, they're starting to feel a bit more confident, especially with this double damage now picked up by the Void.
Yeah.
They really want this tier 2 tower. The last outer tower of the game will be taken. And that will lead into perhaps the high ground push. But OG, they're not going to take this sitting down. They're going to smoke and they're going to move outside the base together. Sitting in an aggressive position here. Again, jump in. The Dream Coil's there to start things off. Hook shot coming in as well. So far, so good. They're going to lose Ori here. No, he pops the cheese just in time. There's that Chronosphere coming in. They needed Winter's Curse. They don't have it. It's Fly that's the one that gets caught. So it's 2 down now. OG getting run over. They have to buy back and Fly. Resolution, he's got the Lincoln Sphere Refresher coming out. They're going to pop it. 11 coming in. Brings down Rezo. He has to buy back as well. They're inside the base. They haven't killed anybody yet for Vici. Meanwhile, the tier 4 is getting assaulted. Nobody coming in there just yet. Back at this fight in the tier 3 tower. Lanham's going to get up. He will fall. They get the Aegis on the other side. S4. Now he's going to go ahead and jaunt away. Assassinate comes in. Lanham will buy back. Fenrir getting chased down as well. Fly. No Arctic Burn to work with. He's going to get jumped out. He just bought back. Can't afford to die. And he looks like he should fall. Another Chrono will come in. And they're going to find Resolution. He's low. Sanities brings him down. That's a dieback. That should be it. They're going to start working at the tier 3 towers. They're looking for more. No buyback for No Tail. He's down for 48. S4 gets bashed up. He's got the phase shift. He's got blink in 2 seconds. He's got the illusory orb. He needs to get out. He jaunts a little ways away, trying to get in. The Dream Coil does not save him. A double kill for Ori on the other side. All 5 dead for OG, and Vici are able to bring it back somehow miraculously. S4 will buy back for now, but he is the only one. It is 1 versus 5, and Vici Gaming are rolling them over. They're going for tier 4s. They don't even care about racks at this point, and OG, they can only look on and watch S4 try to do something here. Spirit Vessel healing Young 11 back up. They've got the tier 4s, at least one of them. They're going to work out a second, but at this point, Grant, it looks like this should be game.
Yep, and just such a good team fight right there. At the end, they get the catch in the back from the Void, and then they use the refresher token and gets another one on the buyback from Resolution. Just perfectly used items all game by VG, and God, OG played that game so well for 25 minutes, and then just the cores from VG were able to scale so well. Unfortunately, all that hard work OG put in the early game just couldn't carry him in the late.
Unbelievable best-of-3 series, though, from both teams there. It looked like it could go either way, but somehow Vici Gaming down 2 sets of racks. They came back. Unbelievable play. Young 11, I think, probably the MVP of the series, I would assume.
Oh, yeah, he played so well. All 3 games, even the one they lost, when he played that Doom, he was the one who made everything they did happen. And this game, just perfect chronos after about 15 minutes in. He had some rough ones early, but after that, he just played amazingly well.
OG will go down to the lower bracket and play in a best-of-1, of course, an elimination match, and we'll find out who they'll play next as we have our next series to figure that out. That's going to be Virtus Pro versus Fnatic, and then, of course, the winner of that series will move on to play up against Vici Gaming. So, really great series, great best-of-3 going around for both sides. Vici Gaming will move on for now, OG down to that lower bracket. Any closing thoughts, Grant, before we head into a break?
Not much. I mean, OG, if they just took that one fight near Roche, they could have took the game. So it comes down to timing and precision. Unfortunately, VG just had the little bit better in the late game.
Absolutely. So they will move on, and of course, we'll find out who they'll play next. Virtus Pro versus Fnatic will come up next. Of course, I think we'll have a winner's interview in the meantime. But for now, we're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll see you guys soon.
Get the alpha, be the alpha.
With the Strafe Esports app, follow your favorite teams and players, and you'll never miss a match again. Strafe, everything esports. Download now on iOS and Android.
All right, folks, welcome back. And for OG fans around the world, hearts are broken as they now fall into the lower bracket. But Chinese Dota fans rejoice. Vici Gaming now on to the semifinals.
I mean, I tried to hype them up before. They didn't come through before in Star Ladder. Now, okay, got themselves. I mean, it's only one series, though. Again, still lower bracket. It's the best of one, so it's not like they're OG's completely out or anything. But VG, man, that game, not easy to pull off.
That game
extremely impressed. You know, you're down 2 sets of racks. You're against a sniper who feels unkillable. You can't get on top of him. There's all these swaps happening too, and all you can see right there, he was
Can we
killable.
see a graph?
Yeah, can we click on the graphs
7
tab
deaths.
if someone's at that OBS computer? I would love to see this topsy-turvy game displayed as a nice little chart there.
Oh, here we go. I see a finger. Oh, almost there.
Next one. There we go. Ooh.
Look at that.
So you could say OG was ahead by almost 15K, and
Yeah.
then by the end of that game, Vici gets ahead by 30. So it's a pretty big swing in the mid game there.
It's just really good chronos by
Yep.
Faceless Void. I didn't think they can actually come back from that. Looked so good. Sniper was unkillable.
Yeah.
2 full lanes of barracks.
I don't honestly think it even had that much to do with like the core scaling so much better later or anything. I just think, I mean, maybe a little bit, but it was mostly just Young 11. Like, I'm almost never a fan of offlane Faceless Void. I think Universe is one of the few people that could ever really make it work and make it feel like that long cooldown was even worth it on a hero coming out of the offlane. But Young 11 was insane. They got the Shadow Blade and they got the gem. And from there, he had that confidence going very deep because he was always able to spot out sentries.
Yeah, I think that was the big part when Jarex lost the gem.
Yeah.
Also, Fenrir did really amazing job on Lion with some crucial hexes. You can actually hear him shouting,
God, he was
being
screaming
really
that all
loud whenever he hexes someone.
Yeah. A lot of good initiations there. So I believe we have a couple replays to take a look at before we move into our break. Of course, it is going to be Fnatic versus VP coming up next. So what do we got here, Trent?
This was when OG were starting to kind of take over the game. They were a little bit behind, but this whole fight, they just start chasing, diving deeper, and we're looking at this high mobility they have. You know, they're following up the clockwork. Jax is going in deep. A big swap from Niltel bringing him back, and then a late chrono coming from Young 11. This was just when he got in the Shadow Blade. He had the Mask of Madness. He had plenty of damage, but they didn't have like any sort of teamwork going right here. This was just chaotic, kind of a little bit of a chain, bad situation for them. And now, at this point, this one OG has that huge lead. They've taken the 2 sets of racks, but this was that big find with
What
that
a
Shadow
reaction
Blade up
from
top.
Resto.
Yeah. Yeah, that was really nice, too. But it felt like they didn't really know if they wanted to fight or not.
Then everyone follows up.
Oh, yeah. And Rezo just has to slowly slink his way back. Then he gets chronoed. He does eventually escape out of
I
this
love
one.
this from Fly, though. Buyback doesn't hesitate at all, and he keeps Resolution alive. It's not enough for them to win the fight, but gives them a glimmer of hope, at least, for a moment.
Yeah, but that was that big moment for Vici when you were like, okay, wow, they might be up 11K, but they just kind of mop the floor with them, and how are they ever going to get control back now from OG?
Nice love.
Yeah. And
Fly did have a pretty good game, though. We saw the power of the Winter Wyvern. Again, it wasn't enough to take the win, but it gave OG a lot of momentum in that mid-game.
They pulled off combo a couple of times on Void with Puck, Aghanim Scepter plus a swap, but then Venge gets caught out of the position. That's the problem. With a blink and...
we've been hyping that up too now with the increased damage on the coil snap. But yeah, as you just saw, Vici Gaming, they will advance here to the next stage in the upper bracket while OG will fall down. And they're going to have to play the loser of VP and Fnatic, which will be our next series.
Yep, and a quick reminder that lower bracket, all best of ones all the way through. So tomorrow is going to be that interesting day where hearts are broken and many a team are eliminated. So a lot to look forward to here. Only one series down in day 2. We still have a lot of Dota to go today.
I know, like, geez, where are we here? It's like 4 o'clock here in the
2 full series
in the
left.
building.
So we're not going to delay too much longer. Of course, we're a little behind schedule.